Welcome back, my adoring public, to more Trails of Cold Steel. Pharaoh Fiasco here. Last episode, we got a request from Sister Theramis, which was 100% the most obnoxious request we've had to do in a while.
Strutting around another lord's territory. How pompous can you get?
It sounds like there's a real VIP here.
Well, let's return to the manor for now.
So it sounds like everything that's going on is like just not something that's done very often. Oh, huh. He had 2 bodyguards with him, but they definitely didn't seem like they're part of a provincial army. They felt a lot more dangerous than that. Just who in the world are they? They certainly appeared out of nowhere. Granted, most people who have business with the Master tend to turn up rather abruptly. I can only assume that they belong to an influential family. What business do they have here, though? Wasn't that the noble? No, my eyes must be deceiving me. Then who, though? Is this like the only person I can think of might be like Eustace's dad or something? Or it might be a relative of Emma's? I'm expecting whoever this is to tie into either Eustace or Emma. Oh. Hey, isn't that... I don't know who these people are. There's no need to be so hasty. At least give my proposal some thought. Your attendance would add an extra degree of prestige to our gathering. I'm merely the lord of a minor rural region. Surely you overstate the importance of my presence. A man's worth is decided not by himself, but by those he rubs elbows with. And while I'm sure you understand, I'd appreciate it if you didn't do anything to cause any unnecessary conflict. I'm not sure giving combat training to the Imperial Army is something you ought to be doing either. After all, neither of us want any trouble now, do we? So, this guy, I wonder if he really thinks he can get away with just threatening the Radiant Blademaster. Though, I guess in this particular situation, his position more so than his power is what would hold him back. And with that, I bid you a fond farewell. Oh, and my compliments on the excellent tea. I am honored, Your Grace. See you around, if you'll excuse us. I wonder, that guy looks like he's also from Nord. No clue who Smiles McJokester is, though. My, if it isn't young Laura! And Eustace Albarea, too! It's a pleasure to see you again, Your Grace. I appreciate all you continue to do for my father. They must know him. Yeah, but look at how tense they are. I wasn't expecting him to show up here, of all people! That's Duke Cayenne, one of the foremost of the 4 great houses and ruler of the port city of Ordis. His authority extends over the entire province of La Mer to the west. Really? Duke Cayenne? I'd love to stay and talk a while, but I'm afraid other urgent matters call me away. I'll endeavor to arrange another opportunity for us to meet in the near future. But for now, I bid you farewell. Oh, what have we here? So you're Thors Military Academy's Class 7, huh? Is it weird that he knows that? Almost everybody else seems to know that. How do you... I guess we're not wearing our telltale red uniforms, though. Oh, just tap into the little leisure time reading on your class. Not a bad looking bunch. Good, good. Enough with the chit-chat. His Grace awaits. Excuse us. See ya, kids. Who were those men? They don't look like soldiers from a provincial army, that's for sure. And they did seem to know about our class. So this is odd, because sometimes it's really not weird to them that people know about Class 7, and other times they're like, huh, as expected. Or other times it's like totally taken by surprise. It's weird the threshold that they've got. I don't know, it seems weird that anybody knows about Class 7 to me. I presume they're personal bodyguards hired by Duke Cayenne. He knew we were there the whole time. Father. Well, we probably weren't really subtle about coming in the door. You needn't look so concerned. However, it seems like they've finally begun to act. The noble faction has begun acting in secret? Indeed, for the past month they've been quite active behind closed doors. No doubt they're trying to reaffirm their unity, holding conference after conference all across the country. Of course, I'm sure this isn't news to your youngest classmate. Milliam knew this already? Well, yeah. The intelligence division's all on edge, wondering whether they're about to start a full-scale conflict with the reformists. Seriously? So that's what they've been up to, scurrying around all this time. But since Duke Cayenne's basically the leader of the noble faction, I sure wasn't expecting him to come all the way out here in person. Nor was I. They appear to be planning a large conference in the near future, to be attended by all members of the noble faction. The Duke came all the way out here to insist that I attend. But father, you're not even a member. Quite right, my lady. Your father has long kept his distance from the faction. In the same way, he has also kept space between himself and the reformists, preferring to remain neutral. However, they're convinced that all nobles should belong to the noble faction as a matter of course. I've heard they've been quite forceful about bringing the nobles who don't support the faction into their ranks. Would I be correct in assuming that my family is involved in all of this? I'm afraid so. There's been some disagreements over whether Duke Cayenne or Duke Alborea should lead the four great houses. But I expect that either would bring the same platform to the table. Eustace, if you don't mind my asking, do you happen to know where my family stands on the issue? You need not worry about your family's allegiances. Lord Schwarzer is widely known as an even more obstinate man than I. I can't imagine that he'd have any interest in supporting the questionable actions of other nobles. I see. I'm actually a little relieved to hear you say so. Hold on a moment. Perhaps there's a move we can make after all. I'm afraid I'll be leaving Legram again on another of my little trips. I apologize for the suddenness, but please tend to things in my absence. As you wish, my lord. Father? Wow, well, that was sudden. I believe in acting swiftly and decisively. I intend to establish contact with all of the nobles who have remained neutral in the ongoing factional conflict, so as to prevent them from being taken in by the noble faction's coercive methods. Ah, he's gonna form an alliance of neutrality, kinda. Father. A prudent course of action, I think. In that case, I'd be happy to come with you. That's Toval for sure. Yep, Toval, what are you doing here? Ah, so you're here as well. I wouldn't miss the chance to catch a glimpse of the majestic Duke Cayenne. Did you know he left in a limousine that came all the way from Berea Hard? Wait, then... It couldn't have. Did it belong to the Alborea family? Well, Rufus Alborea got into it, so yeah, I'd say that's likely. And there's no way Rufus doesn't know that Eustace is here, so... Couldn't ask for a classier escort. Though with Duke Cayenne and all his mightiness showing up... Oh, check it out! The royal retinue. So So this must have happened, like, immediately after he walked out. And a tank? Well, I guess if I were a terrorist organization, I would want to go after Duke Cayenne. Rufus probably made sure that Toval saw everything that happened. But a tank? Jeez. Or no, an armored car or something. They're not tanks. They called them something else back in Bereahard. So Rufus was here. Well, he is the heir of the Alberea family. Considering our visitor was none other than Duke Cayenne, it's not at all surprising that Rufus would pick him up. But I know you didn't just come here to volunteer your company on my trip. Well, it just so happens that Lady Laura and her classmates brought me a pretty curious story. We've got confirmation that a mechanical monster appeared on the highway outside Legrand. Is that so? I believe this is the first time one has appeared since the counteroffensive Sir Cassius launched 2 years ago. That's right. Come to think of it, that was the first time we met, wasn't it? It was indeed. What a strange coincidence. Have any others been found in the area? The last time these were seen, Cassius was fighting one. Nothing so far. This is just a hunch, but I suspect it may have been released as a diversion. A diversion from literally what, though? I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is a diversion from them arriving in Legrand. But what could Toval have even... If Toval had gone out to fight the mechanical monster, what could Toval have done that would have been worthy of causing a diversion? Like, held his arm out and be like, no, Duke Cayenne, I'm some bracer who doesn't even have any real power here. You can't go past me? I don't understand. I concur. But Viscount Arcade occurs, so, hey. Perhaps having you come with me is the best course of action after all. Alright, that's what I wanted to hear. Father. It sounds like there's a lot more going on here than just factions butting heads. Sorry, I can't say anything for certain just yet. But if we turn up anything concrete, I'll be sure to tell Sarah, and she'll pass it on. I'm sure Sarah will. Oh, the Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I wonder... What? A diversion for what? Alright, here's what I've got for you this afternoon. Field Study Envelope August. Oh no! Did this lock me out of the Theramis request? That doesn't make any sense! A golden catch? What the heck? Calling all fishermen, could someone catch me an elusive gold salmon? Find me at the Apricot's Inn for more detailed information. When you finished up for the day, I'd appreciate it if you could head to the guild and file your reports. I left you a note on the counter telling you how to do it. Nothing too difficult. Got it. Leave it to us. Just make sure to lock up before you leave for the night. Someone else should be coming in to take care of things tomorrow. Understood. We'll do our best to take care of the guild in your absence. I wish you well in your studies. And I hope you'll forgive me for leaving so suddenly. Not to worry, Father. I'm used to it. Thank you again for your hospitality, and for agreeing to a duel. I look forward to our next meeting. As do I. You show great promise as a swordsman. I hope you'll continue to devote yourself to your studies and training alongside my daughter. I'm honored, sir. In fact, I hope all of you will look past her uncouth father and continue giving her your friendship and support. As a single father, the fact that I've yet to hear any tales of budding romance concerning my daughter has me worried. Father? It would be our pleasure. She sure does seem popular with the girls, though. I pray you have a safe journey. Thank you for all you've done for us. Catch you later then. Give my best to Sarah. Okay. So, I will be the most upset if I manage to lock myself out of the Theramis request because I chose to kill the monsters before going to Laura's house. Why must he always be so... Honestly, you've got one amazing dad. Seriously, he's dad number 1 in Trails of Cold Steel so far. But Cassius still hasn't beat, though. Free-spirited, open-minded, not to mention incredibly strong. Having met him, I can tell how you grew up like you did. Huh? Reen's right, you know. You're living proof that great parents lead to great children. I suppose having someone like him in your life as a role model would naturally lead you to aspire to greatness. Well, that or feel woefully inadequate in comparison and develop an inferiority complex. But all told, you're living proof the daughter of the Arseed House has grown up in sound in mind and body. Stop teasing me at once! Moving on, Toval has entrusted us with looking after the guild. We may only have half a day remaining, but we still have our duties to fulfill. Look at her trying to change the subject. I am not. It's cool to see Laura on the other foot for once. Not super calm and collected. The time of day will advance to evening and the main story will proceed. Please, Adios, let me still be able to complete Sister Theramis' request. Please, please, please. Okay, it doesn't say it's expired. Thank you. That would suck. Who is this? Syria. Oh, please take this, Lady Laura. Receive the recipe for refreshing pasta soup. Isn't this the recipe for one of Apricot's specialties? It is indeed. I figured this would be a splendid way of allowing you to enjoy the taste of home even while at Thors. Try and make it sometime for when you find yourself longing for Legram. Thank you, I will. Life isn't easy for Chloe, it would seem. Perhaps because she's relatively close in age to Julian and Carno. As a fellow admirer of Lady Laura, I'm rather worried about her. I mean, yeah, we can all be worried about her, but I'm more worried about completing this request before we do a golden catch. And then we've got to talk to Cindy too, so I didn't forget about that. Where do we have to go? There we go. Thank you, Adios. I would have been so upset. Who is this guy? Joseph. Hello, Lady Laura. Is there something you need from me? There's a request I'd like to make of you, if I may. Would you happen to have any white seed on hand? Of course. Why, it'd be crazy for me not to have some on hand. I've got it stored away and I always make sure we never run out. How much do you need? I can give you the entire crate if you want. Well, I don't think we need quite that much. Well then, I suppose a small bag full should do the trick? Received white seed. My thanks. Anything for you, Lady Laura. All the people here really love her, don't they? I'll say. Dude, seriously. Laura's got a 100% approval rating from literally everybody. Except Fee for a little while. Hey, I'm not complaining. I like Laura. But first, we are going to turn in this quest for Sister Theramis. Thankfully, I would have been so mad if I'd gotten myself locked out of a quest because I chose to go left instead of right to start off with. Hello everyone, have you managed to gather the ingredients I need? We sure have. Here you go. Handed over Hardy Powder ×5, absolutely obnoxious to obtain. Handed over Clear Gelatin ×5, I had 24 of those from the get-go. Oh, and here's the white seed you wanted. Handed over white seed. Thank you so much. This should be plenty. Could you wait in the adjoining room while I mix up a trial batch then? Sure. Sister Theramis made her pretzels and handed out a sample to everyone. Pretzels with icing, dude. I love those. How do they taste? I'm a little surprised, to be honest. In a good way, I mean. Indeed, these are actually better than I was expecting. Tasty and filling, and free! Thinking that the Eisenritter may have eaten something like this to keep on fighting is kind of moving, really. It really is. Thank goodness. And what do you think of them, Lady Laura? Oh, my apologies. I was so engrossed in the taste that I forgot to speak up. They're delicious. If I hadn't seen you make them, I'd swear they came from the kitchen of a professional chef like Joseph. Thank you for giving me the chance to try them. Phew. Hey, Laura. There's still some time before the memorial service, but how about we offer some of these at St. Sandlot's statue now? I'd like that. After all, there's no limit on when you can leave an offering. Would you mind if we took some along then, sister? Not at all. It would be rude of us to indulge in these on our own after all. Please, go on and take some. Received Legram pretzel. Let's be on our way then. Now I've got pretzel power! Yay! Alright. And so I guess the quest will be completed once we actually lay these down at St. Sandlot's feet. Alright. Oh, and we can talk to Cindy while we're down there. Unless... Oh! Please be Cindy! Yes! Hey there, Cindy. What brings you here? Oh, good day. You wouldn't happen to have seen Tobal today, would you? I did, but I'm afraid he's currently out of town attending to some business. I see. Did you need something from the guild? It's nothing too important. Well, Tobal did leave us in charge of the guild for the day. Oh yeah, and we're right here, so just ask if you need anything. That's right. Helping others is what the guild does, and that's what we're here for too. Lady Laura, I can't simply ask you to give up your time for my sake. But if you insist, then I'd suppose... I happen to be looking for some luminous grass, you see. Oh? I can't recall ever having heard of such a plant before. I assume it's well known here in Legram? That's right, it's a rare flower that grows in the surrounding countryside. It has the unusual trait of blooming only on sunny days, and only when the previous day was foggy. That certainly is unusual. I guess that'd make today an ideal day to go find some then. That's correct. That's why I made my way to the guild to ask Tobal to find some for me, but as you just informed me, he isn't in today. I can't really go out onto the highway on my own because of the monsters though, so I'm at a loss as to what to do. So would you be willing to go and gather some for me instead? I mean, yeah, we'll do it, but you, me, and Theramis are going to have a really long conversation later on. Leave it to us. Really? Thank you so much! I have a pretty good idea as to why you might want it, but allow me to ask. I assume you are planning to make a charm, right? That's correct. A charm? In Legram, when someone you hold dear embarks on a long journey, it's a tradition to make a charm for them. Then, you give it to that person to take with them, and it's supposed to bring them good luck. Wow, I'd never heard of any traditions like that. It's a custom that stretches all the way back to the Middle Ages. It's said it began when people offered charms to members of the Eisenritter as they left for distant battlefields. Fascinating. So, how is the luminous grass used to make these charms then? Well, the traditional way has you place one of its petals within the charm itself. Because of how the flowers bloom, people believe that they had the power to clear away fog. I can see how a superstition like that would come about. And because of that, the flower came to symbolize victory over chaos. Wow, that's pretty deep! Yeah, that actually sounds like a really cool charm, and we'd better get one as a reward for this quest. Have you ever been given one, Laura? I have, actually. Cindy gave me one right before I left for Thors. Saria and Chloe both gave me one too. I keep them in my desk at the academy. When I look at them, it always makes me feel a little closer to home. They're some of my most prized possessions. I'm so pleased to hear you say that. She really does care for Laura, doesn't she? I think we can safely assume so. Back to the luminous grass, though. What exactly does it look like? It's the only flower with white petals that grows around here, so that'll be the easiest way to find it. They may be rare, but we should be able to find one if we search the Ebel Highway. I've heard that they're found more frequently at higher elevations, particularly near steep cliffs and the like. Well, with that much information, we ought to be able to find one. Let's start the search while we still have plenty of daylight. Yeah, time for flower power! Thank you very much. Good luck! Quest Charm of the Eisenritter started. Okay, so we will definitely take care of that after we lay this at Sandlot's feet. There we go. I'm sure this will put a smile on our face. Now all that's left for us is to pray. Are there any special requirements for prayers of this sort? Not particularly, but it is the custom to remain quiet while prayers are being offered. Woo-woo! Let's get our praying on then! I was focusing so hard on being quiet I ended up holding my breath. Huh? Are you guys still going? It was a valiant battle to remain silent for even a single minute, but alas, victory remained elusive. Don't be too harsh on her. Well then, shall we make our way back to the chapel? Yeah, we should report back to Sister Theramis just in case. Alright. Oh! I didn't even have to walk all the way back, that's awesome! Thank you so much for your help, everyone. I feel bad about having you run all around town just for my sake. No worries, we're always glad to lend a hand. Yeah, never done a job where pretzels were a fringe benefit, but it was worth it. They really were delicious. If the batch you make for the memorial service turns out that good, you have nothing to worry about. I'll do everything I can to make sure that's the case. Oh, I've got to offer you all your reward for helping me. It's not much, but please take these. Received Celestial Balm EX ×3. Thank you very much. We'll be sure to put them to good use. That's one down at least. Yeah, let's move right into the others. Quest and Offering to the Departed completed. Alright. And from here... Wait, what's the exit? There we go. Alright. So we've officially finished the day 1 requests, and we are going to get started on the next days, on today's requests, but that is going to be next time. So definitely join me then for more Trails of Cold Steel. Bye for now, guys.